2025. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to extend a very warm welcome to the esteemed dignitaries, speakers, participants to our conference. As we embark on this 1.5 day journey of insightful discussions, groundbreaking research, and collaborative learning, let us take a moment to acknowledge the significance of our gathering. Sustainability in the built environment is not a necessity but a responsibility. And today we join hands to explore innovative solutions and best practices that will drive positive change. Without further ado, let us begin our inaugural session. To embark the auspicious beginning of the international conference, Sustainable Built Environment Leading to Viksit Bharat 2025, we invite our distinguished dignitaries to the dais for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. Mr. V. Suresh, sir, we welcome you. Mr. Ramachandran, sir, we welcome you. Dr. Vanita Ahuja, ma'am, we would like you to please come on the dais. A big round of applause, guys. Mr. Vikas from Italian offices. Sir, please. This age-old tradition symbolizes the triumph of knowledge over ignorance and illumination of wisdom and new ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome the esteemed guest and take part in this symbolic ceremony of lighting the lamp.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीमभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहा.
Thank you so much, sirs. We would request our dignitaries to please have a seat. Thank you so much, Ken, for lighting this light of knowledge in all of us. To start, it is a privilege to honor our distinguished personalities from built environment sector who have graced this occasion with their presence. Their contribution to industry, academia, research has played a vital role in shaping the discourse on sustainability. As a token of appreciation, we would now felicitate our esteemed guest. We would like to first invite our chief guest for the conference, Mr. V. Suresh, sir. Sir is the chairman, IGBC Policy, Advocacy and Government Relations, President Emeritus for Focus, Chairman of National Building Code of India, and a former Chairman, Managing Director of HUDCO. It's an extreme pleasure to have you here, sir. I would request Vanita Ahuja ma'am and Ramachandran sir to kindly felicitate V. Suresh sir. A big round of applause, guys. It's very rare to have knowledgeable people with us. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. It would have been a great pleasure to have Miss Namrata Kalsi with us. Due to some sudden changes and some urgent duties, she could not join us here. So we would move towards the felicitation of you, Ramachandran sir, for gracing the occasion of this conference. I would like Dr. Vanita Ahuja ma'am to kindly felicitate our Senior Vice President, U. Ramachandran sir, Amity Education Group. Sir has been a continuous support and guidance to us. Guys, give a big round of applause. To formally inaugurate this conference and extend a heartfelt welcome, I now invite Dr. Vanita Ahuja ma'am, a visionary leader, a passionate advocate of sustainability in the built environment, to set the stage of our knowledgeable ride to start. Let us all welcome her with a big round of applause, guys. Good morning, everyone. Chief guest, Mr. V. Suresh. Senior Vice President, Amity Education Group, Mr. U. Ramachandran. Our guests for the conference, university colleagues and students, I extend a warm welcome to you all to the third International Conference on Sustainable Built Environment leading to Viksit Bharat. This year's theme is aligned with the national vision of having Viksit Bharat by 2047. We are thankful to our platinum sponsors, Intellian offices by Tata Realty, our knowledge partners, University of Alberta, Cushman and Wakefield, AEEE and RICS, and our esteemed scientific committee members for supporting the conference. Springer has continued to show confidence in the research that is presented in our conferences and is a continued publication partner for this conference, and we are very thankful to all for your support. Built environment touches the lives of all in the society, and while planning the conference, it has been our endeavor to include participation of diverse stakeholders for deliberations and understanding their vision for sustainable built environment. The deliberations during 1.5 days would include discussions on conceptualizing, designing, developing, operating, redevelopment, and disposal of built environment, with sustainability being the focus. We are very privileged that we would hear the perspective of industry professionals, policy makers, advocacy experts, and academia, all important pillars of this sector. We are happy to note that the conference has been received very well, and more than 120 abstracts have been received from more than 160 researchers, including overseas researchers. While discussions were being conducted to plan for the conference, there was a thought that we would like to understand how the young generation understands and envisions sustainability, and accordingly, 3 competitions were planned. One was for design of products and services with respect to built environment sector. Second, to design a poster to disseminate this vision. And third is the brand pitch for marketing such products and services. And we are very happy to note that more than 50 students of schools and higher education institutions have very, very enthusiastically participated in this competition. And when the entries were being seen, these were really an eye opener for us to see what is the vision of our young minds about sustainability. And they are the future of the country who are going to take the country ahead. And we are very happy that, if we have been able to kindle any idea or sow any seeds of thought with respect to sustainability in the young minds. Sustainability has multiple aspects to be addressed, including environmental, social, and economic. Phil Harding, a UK based sustainability advocate, had said that without environmental sustainability, economic stability and social cohesion cannot be achieved. Another thought coming from UK, Prince Charles stated that the sustainability revolution will hopefully be the third major social and economic turning point in human history, following the Neolithic Revolution and the Industrial Revolution. So, these aspects of environmental sustainability, economic, and social factors to be considered, these are repeatedly being noted to be looked at together, and these can't be looked into in isolation. Also, sustainability is a perception that may differ for different people, different social setups, different organizations, and different nations. Built environment sector is itself very complex with multitude of stakeholders, including supply chain partners for different resources and services. That is why it's a very, very complex subject for our sector, and more so with global networks and global these regulations that we need to adhere to. Just few days back, I read that DMRC has come in collaboration with Blue Dart, so that now in the early time of the day, when the metro operations are little lean, in the last coach of the metro trains, now the couriers of the Blue Dart would be transported across NCR. So this leads to better judicious utilization of the DMRC infrastructure, and also reduces to a large extent the two-wheeler and four-wheeler journeys across NCR. Now, if you look at this kind of collaboration, you think that from where has it come? How even this thought would have come for this kind of collaboration? And in what category of sustainability or sustainable built environment would we put this example? So these examples are actually a food of thought for the young professionals to understand that if you have to solve such complex situations in the social setup, in the built environment sector, you have to look into systems thinking and design thinking approach, circular design adoption, and application of circular economy aspects. So only then we can resolve these solutions in the society. And we are not going to get any utopian solution if we are looking at sustainability also. Our solutions are going to be pragmatic, which we have to make with a lot of empathy and compassion for all. And this is how we can have environmental, economic, and social sustainability. So we look forward to hearing from our industry professionals as to how such pragmatic solutions are being implemented in the industry, and researchers as to how they envision such pragmatic solutions. And conference means confluence of ideas, meeting of experts, and it is very befitting that today we would be signing an MOU with our knowledge partner AEEE to look at the academic collaborations, and we look forward to the synergies and the collaborating activities that would be taken that was be enriching our academic programs. So I again welcome you all to the conference. Please network, share your thoughts, and have the conversations with each other, and we see very enriched learning of all during this 1.5 days of conference. A very warm welcome to you all. Uh, Good morning, Ashwini sir. So before we go further, we would like Ramachandran sir to kindly felicitate our one of guests and also our knowledge partner, Mr. Ashwini sir. So please do the honors. Guys, a big round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. Next, we will have an honor of hearing from our very own Mr. U. Ramachandran, sir. Sir is a senior vice president, Amity Educational Group. He has over more than 3 decades of diverse experience in strategy management, academics, administration, marketing, and communication with some world class institutions and corporates. Ramachandran, sir, joined Amity Educational Group in 2003. He has been a part of the strategic management group in the team in the terms of president, chancellor leading from the front for envisioning expansion, academic resource planning, academic administration, marketing strategies, implementation of building institutions, and many more activities. A seasoned professional, well articulated, and well traveled in India and abroad, with a great exposure to quality education and research, he has been instrumental in founding 13 Amity Global Business Schools across India. He has also taken lead in establishing and governing more than 65 Amity Information Centers spread across India. He has been catalyst for setting up Amity University campus at Kolkata in 2015, Ranchi in 2016, Patna in 2017, and Mohali, Punjab in 2020. The latest feather in his cap is the upcoming campus of Amity University in Hyderabad, for which land has been acquired and the work is underway. His contribution to the field of education leadership is fostering industry academic collaboration has been remarkable. Please join your hands to welcome Sir for his thoughts to be shared.
Want to be there. I want to be here. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not able to hear. Good morning. Can I see the hands of my students, RICS students? Can you put a huge round of applause for yourself, for our students? First of all, I would like to welcome each one of our guests, especially Suresh ji, all the way from Trivandrum, the man behind constructing more than 15 million square feet area in the whole country. Please put your hands together for it. I would like to convey the best wishes and especially the congratulations to Dr. Vanida ji and team on behalf of our Chancellor and President, Dr. Atul Chauhan sir. He must be coming back from London, otherwise he was planning to come online. When I stand before you today, 22 years of vision. We were talking about Calcutta, Bihar. So all these things came due to the vision of our honorable founder president. Suresh, our founder president, also is 82 years old. So we're just discussing. I'll go a little out of the topic. So you are saying, Suresh, you are saying at the age of 58, 60, we think of we are getting retired. But he was saying, I'm active over the last 20 years. Should I tell them that you are 80 plus, Suresh ji? 81 still active. Please put your hands together for it. I was asked to, I normally don't say that. They were saying, senior vice president done this. I always say I am a support system for the people. Why I'm standing before you this 1.5 years back, besides my responsibility, I was asked to support RICS. This committee, RICS, association started in 2012, but from 2014, it's a very strong association. So please put your hands together for our ICS also. Especially, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Ashwini ji, who is the man behind, again, another simple and humble leader I ever seen in my life. Please put your hand together for Ashwini. And especially for Dr. Vanida ji, who was still recently with NIT Kurukshetra and decided to join us as the director of RICS. So, especially to the industry people, that just a small verbal presentation about Amity. You must have heard about Amity, that Amity is big, and Amity is now, especially students, you should be proud of. Your brand is close to 35 years old brand right now. We started with a school in 1991 with a nursery education. That is how our founder president started. The second school we started in Sector 44, which we started with a program of PGDM. I joined 23 years back and used to listen our founder president that we will have so many universities. At that point of time, no universities. Where you are sitting here, this was an agriculture field. Nothing was here, no road, nothing. But then he had that vision from 1991 that every time he used to address parents and students, every year I will establish a university. Even that believing was so very difficult. Every year. So 2005, one block, two blocks. So we were expanding like anything. So let me tell you, my dear students, you should be proud of 250,000 students in your group. I'm talking about their studying here. No one in the world, no group in the world, they have 11 private universities. You must have heard of Symbiosis or any other university, they will have 3, 4, 5 campuses. That's it. We are talking about in 11 states, your operational universities. 400 programs, except MBBS. We bought another land, 25 acres next to this. We may start a medical college next to this university. And 7,000 faculty members. Suddenly, when did you join? 20 years back? Yes, yes. Yeah, just can you just stand up? No, in fact, the senior faculty from Amity School of Interior Design. This Interior Design Architecture College, I still remember we started with 9 students, 20 students. We just asked her, seeing is believing. How many? 800 plus students now. Up 1,500 plus alumni. Please put your hands together. Yeah, absolutely. Great. So I was just saying here, so part of interior design, architecture. So across our programs, please have a seat. You know how many alumni? Wherever you go, you find Amitians. 7 lakhs alumni. 7 lakhs alumni. You are part of that great Amity family of our founder president and Chancellor Dr. Chauhan. But once again, please put your hands together. I was talking about the importance of this particular conference today. So very important topic. Especially people like us, we are staying in Delhi, pollutions and all sort of things, and people talk about sustainability, environment, but people are, if I really talk about it sitting here, how many people are actually cared about it? Everyone talks about it, but when the implementation comes, sustainability comes, no one is bothered about it. Even I came to know the importance of this, the Honorable Chief Guest. When we were constructing a campus in Ranchi, we submitted the drawing. They said you cannot construct more than 1,99,000 square feet. Normally, for a university, you need 4 5 lakh square feet. More than 1,99,000 square feet, you cannot construct without the approval of environmental department. This is so important, like water, rain harvesting, pollution board. Yesterday, in one of our campus, the pollution department came and they were checking the whole thing, your SPP, rain harvesting. So this conference, Dr. Vaniraji, I am so very proud of you that you have organized this conference, and I would request our students, for you it is so very important when you are in this profession to understand and learn many things on this subject and topic. Please try to give some time. Don't think that conference, many a times I have seen you come for the conference for the sake of the institutions. Our faculty said, so we are attending. So wherever you go, no one is perfect in this world. Every minute you can learn many things. Every minute we can learn from anybody. Whether if I might be 55, but I can learn from you also. So learning is very important. And also, I will not take much time. Let me tell you one thing. In this modern era, for example, you think of something. Within 2 minutes you get diverted. Because some WhatsApp call will come, some other call will come, so you get diverted. So very important in today's scenario is you need to focus on yourself. And you must have seen students studying 7 hours, some students study for 2 hours. Everyone would say that you do your hard work. But what is most important is smart work. Smart work, how will you do? If you can focus. Otherwise, you keep on, you have the books to satisfy your parents. So, smart work. And focus on yourself and be with yourself. Be with yourself. If I ask anyone in this auditorium, everyone will have some problem or other. This can be different, family, personal, this, that. But you need to overcome it. I say we bounce back. As and when any challenges comes, you accept it and change it. And I never thought that I'll come and give a speech here. I will come into education sector and I contribute. But everything is destiny. But we cannot say if destiny is there, so I will sit idle. The Lord said, you believe in any God, do your duties and leave it on me. Do your duties and leave it on me. At times you want something, you get it. But when you cut it, you will not be able to eat that apple. So God will decide what to be given. So Lord said, do your duties and leave it on me. Action is better than actionlessness. Action is better than actionlessness. Even we cannot keep this body as it is. We have to work hard. We have to plan. We have to do it. I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the RICS committee, RICS team on behalf of the Chancellor and myself, and especially all the sponsors and industry guests for sparing your valuable time. And we'll keep on meeting like this. Let us together, whatever the team size we have, together let us make this 2 days conference a grand success under the great dynamic super leadership of our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan sir, and the immediate leadership of Dr. Vaniraji, along with Ashwini. Please put your hands together for all of them. Okay. Thank you so much. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. We move ahead with our esteemed chief guest lecture, which is by Mr. V. Sunesh, sir, Chairman, IGBC Policy, Advocacy and Government Relations, President Emeritus of Focus, Chairman of National Building Code of India, and former Chairman and Managing Director of HUDCO. Sir is a civil engineer from Anna University, College of Engineering, Gindi, Chennai, with experience of over 60 years in housing, urban and rural development, infrastructure, real estate, and sustainable development. He was former CMD of HUDCO with all-round growth in housing, innovative infrastructure development, use of appropriate technology application for resilient built environment. He had long stint with BIS dealing with formulation of standards, codes and regulation in the built environment sector. Sir was a member of expert appraisal group for EIA, large infra projects of Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change from 2019 till 2022. He is now a member of Kerala Urban Policy Commission, member of Advisory Committee for Cochin Metropolitan Committee, chairman of Project Management Committee of Ministry of Earth Sciences Coastal Projects in Visakhapatnam and Cochin, and member of Government of Tamil Nadu Housing and Township Policy Committee. Sir is the chairman of IGBC Policy, Advocacy and Government Relations, President Emeritus of Focus, chairman of BIS Housing and Planning Committee, chairman of National Building Code of India, and member of BIS Smart Cities Committee. He was past president of Indian Building Congress and national president of NAREDCO. Sir received 20 awards his cap, and with CIBC Industry Drawing Award 2011, IBC Lifetime Achievement Award 2014, CIA World Lifetime Achievement Award 2017, ACC Golden Award 2020, IGBC Hall of Fame Award for 2024, and Focus Lifetime Achievement Award 2024, and last IOE Doyen in Civil Engineering Award 2024, but not the least, of course. He is the President Good Governance India Foundation for Good Urban Governance Initiative for meeting the challenges of urban and making safe, smart, green, sustainable, and vibrant cities through work on Municipalica plus CAPEX and Urban News Digest. With decades of experience in construction and regulatory sector, he has been a driving force in promoting sustainable infrastructure. We are honored to have him with us today. Please give him a warm welcome, everyone. Yes, sir.
More or then I can ask to stop, but then I don't have follow mic. Otherwise, I have to speak from here. Okay, no problem. Then I can ask to operate. Done? Hello, already. Very happy. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a great pleasure to come over here all the way to stand in this international conference on sustainable built environment and greetings to Ramachandran Sahab, Ashwini ji, Vanita ji, Kumar Sahab, jo aaya, very good. Sunil has come, UNDP, thank you very much. And many people whom I know, I want to greet individually, faculty and students of the BRICS School of Built Environment, other institution. Thank you very much for calling me over on this important event. And I'll be very happy to make a brief address on some of the issues on the sustainable built environment in this particular context. And we are at a time when the whole world, you can't see it, sir. Oh, you can see it there. Oh my goodness. We are in a situation from 2000 to 2050, going on from 6.1 billion or 610 crores to 9.3 billion, 930 crores population for the whole world moving forward. We are already about 8 billion plus or 800 crores there. And more importantly, the red band shows that the developed country population is coming down from 120 crores to 110 crores and developing countries increasing from 490 crores to 820. Very interesting news. All development over, population coming down, where all the money, economy is there, no problem of any building over there. So they'll have all the new benchmarks of 2050 for the net zero carbon, but developing countries on the blue side over there, they put a 2060, we put 2070 as a net zero carbon goal, because we have to develop so much of schools, hospitals, buildings, residential, commercial, all type of development has to be coming in that. If that is the situation the world over, we are left with three major components between China, India and Africa, about 1.4 billion, 140 crores plus
That's the major component, 54 countries of Africa, plus all of this put together is the large way in which the demographic shift is happening. India itself has gone from about 32 crores to, as of 2021, 1.35 billion, but now 2025, when I stand, we are already about 142 crores of population, adding in a very large way. But the more important, the red thing that's going up, we are no more India living in the villages, as Gandhiji used to say, 16%. We already crossed the 40% urbanization level. And by 2030, will be 600 million of urban population, or 60 crores will be in urban. But more importantly, 2001 to 2025 now, in less than about 20 years' time, we increased 100 crores to 145 crores. Adding 45 crores of population, 45 crores, mind you, in 20 years plus time. And it took 5,000 years of India to be just 32 crores. 5,000 years, 32 crores. In 20 years, we had 45 crores of population. Can you imagine the demographic explosion that's happening? Therefore, the new population from 2001 to 2025, and most of the youngsters sitting over there are all born after 2001. The students who are all there must have been born after 2000. I think most of the students who are studying over there must be at that level of 20, 21, 22, 23 years old over there. But phenomenal development is taking place in the country on infrastructure in a very large way, buildings in a large way, and roughly 100 lakh crores of investment under Gati Shakti program is happening. But this is an area when you do so much amount of development, two major things come in our mind are resilience to disasters, very important. All the natural calamities, be it earthquake or landslide or flooding or various types of issues that keeps on visiting different parts of the country and world. And that's an important one on one side. But more important, sustainability, as Ramchandran Sahab rightly put over there, to take care of all the environmental damage. And Vanita rightly told the three quotes from the British side on sustainability as an important component in spite of economic growth. And if you have to do, and to me, it is not enough that you take care of only safety and resilience, but sustainability equally important. There are two sides of the same coin, and together they bring value. There's no meaning only sustainable and not being safe. It's not enough that you make it all safe but not sustainable. So go together. There are two sides of the same coin that will bring value to the people and the planet in a very large way. And in this particular point of time, on sustainability-related issue, all the safety, structural safety, health safety, fire safety, construction safety, electric safety, environment safety, life safety, public safety, all covered in the National Building Code. The 2016 version, I'm very happy to indicate that the 2024 version of the National Building Code is going to come by September 2025, and you can all be very proud of the wonderful document that's being created to cover all aspects of the safe built environment and also sustainable built environment. The reason we have the issue on, besides the resilience component, the sustainability component is all the environment issue, environment, ecology, energy consumption, quality of life, and sustainable development. Ever since 2015, Sustainable Development Goal was created till 2030. We are very happy and proud. India was the first one to bring Part 11 of the NBC 2016 version on approach sustainability. And take my word, the 2025 version of NBC covers substantial amount of addition to whatever has been added in approach sustainability. You'll all be very happy about the document that's going to come out. Please keep a track of all the, and incidentally, I thought I should indicate 16 out of 33 documents in the NBC are already in wide circulation, last 15 days time. And the remaining 16 documents will come in the next 15 days time period. So all the 33 documents of the National Building Code 2025 is in public domain. Please have a look at it. Anybody can see what is the shape of the document. Please contribute that it's all there. And those who want to take a copy of that, I'll share the information. And you really see what a wonderful document is going to be over a period of time over there. And therefore, I'm very happy that when we discuss at the level of 17 days, compliment to Vanitaji for beautifully in your own poster, you put 1 to 17 goals, very rightly indicated. And each one of the goals are very, very important on sustainability on the. And our own initiative that when the Indian Green Building Council covers all these components integrated, water management, energy management, waste management, building material use, all natural resources, the Panchabhutas we call, to utilize in the proper way, in a right way, in a way. And at this particular point of time, with 1.4 billion, 5 unique climatic zones, possibly your 5 unique climatic zones might undergo a change because the hot humid on the western side are different with hot humid on the right-hand side with 6,400 kilometers of coastal lines there. There's going to be a sub-rating coming. Even the composite climate could have a sub-mix coming on this particular thing shortly. But development is happening not only in the 60 major cities, a million plus, now nearly all the 7,000 cities and towns are seeing phenomenal development in a large way. In this particular point of time, the growth of the Indian Green Building Council in 2001 as part of the World Green Building Council, 70 countries have the Green Building Councils to deal with sustainable development in a large way. We ourselves wanting to emerge as one of the leaders in this particular area. With over 32 rating systems that we have, the only Green Building Council, man talked about the British Union, the Brilliant started in 1990, USGBC started in 1995, IGBC started in 2001, and of course Graha started in 2008. But all these are rating systems available. We are the only one having the maximum number of rating system on 32 green building rating system to cover, because each one of the buildings are different, asset class of building, the consumption of water, energy, waste generation are different, therefore these rating systems are important. I was very happy to see the young lady from the interior side talking. You have a rating also for the green interiors, madam, so that you should understand whatever green interiors that you do, that can also be green in a very large way. I was just telling Vanitaji that we should tell ma'am about the green interiors rating. So, but more important is the rating is not only green buildings, we have gone beyond the green building to the green built environment. Green built environment covers beyond buildings to the infrastructure around that. That's what I was telling the Ramachandra sir, your campuses are very important. That have series of building blocks with infrastructure all around there at the level of neighborhood level, including campus level. It goes up to the city level rating, as you would have seen on the built environment side, campus, and also green cities, cities which are going to be existing cities, which are brownfield projects, as well as greenfield projects, a new township and new development, which are also being done in a very large way. And mobility is also equally important. I'm happy metro was mentioned, large with airports, ports, railway stations, as well as all the metros come under. I was happy to know that ma'am is going to join from the metro side in the program, but maybe she'll join on this. So transit is very important. So you're really coming down to all aspects of the green built environment. It's not just green buildings alone. I just thought it's a very major thing that's coming, including healthcare, education. All facilities becomes an important component. That's where I suggest when you have the new campus going to come in Hyderabad, make it an IGBC campus rating on that, to Ramchandraji. And now the last one that you see is the net zero. Now climate change agenda with the net zero carbon to come by as a 2050, 2060, 2070 by different countries, developed countries, which there, China, Saudi Arabia, and Vietnam put it 2060. India has put it as 2070 when our Prime Minister participated in Glasgow summit of the climate change one. We have put 20 because we have to develop in a big way. We have to build more and more houses, buildings, schools, hospitals. All developments are required to deal with the additional 50 crores population. So you can't stop, whereas the other population is coming down. You don't have to build there. So that's one reason why we put 2070 as the limit on this particular aspects in that particular one. Very important. I'm very happy when I'm talking to you. Saab talked about very small, about 15 million, but in the IGBC's contribution over the last 20 years time period, 13 billion square feet. 13 billion, they say, it is 1,300 crore square feet. 13 billion square, 1,300 crore square feet of green footprint is what we are doing for all the categories, residential, commercial, schools, hospitals, airports, ports, factories, all put together. That's the type of building that's come. And our whole idea is to achieve at the rate additional 2 billion square feet per year and to achieve 50 billion square feet of green footprint by 2047 when India makes 100 years of independence. Just by the way, I thought that's the type of goal that we have. So what we achieved is phenomenal. We are number 2 in the world. So far, US green building has got 14 billion square feet. I have the US GBC rating for one of the buildings here. When I entered the particular, I could see it, not an issue. And we are about 95% of all the green building rating in the whole country. The remaining are done by Griha, GEM, plus all the, including part of US GBC rating also together. So that's the type of reach that we have been able to do in this particular sector. And what's important is there's a phenomenal amount of under appreciation at all government level. There are They understand the importance of water saving, energy saving, waste management efficiency, green cover being created. All these particular things will really give a lot of incentives by many states and towns, including additional FAR, development charges being brought down. And more importantly, recently is Kerala plus the Andhra Pradesh wanting to do on property tax reduction, stamp duty reduction. Very important for you, Ashwini sir, on property development. If you make it a green building with a platinum, gold or a silver, you get a 1% reduction in stamp duty and a 20% reduction in the property tax, which is annual. So it's not only in the capex coming in the beginning, in the operating cost also it can come down large. So incentives to green building is also coming in a very big way. All the states contributing in this particular thing is important in a very large way. And phenomenal amount of the energy saving that comes over there. I indicated big numbers in absolute amount, and the amount of water saving, the amount of carbon dioxide reduction to 1 million tons have been identified over there in a large way, and that's substantial. And of course, commercial and residential sector is what you're going to discuss in the next sessions. There is an area where phenomenal contribution has come. We have got in the residential sector itself 4 ratings for the not only green homes, and government brought the housing for all agenda. We got the affordable green home and existing what we call the green residential societies, and of course the latest individual housing nest. All these 4 ratings put together is a phenomenal contribution. Can you believe that as a result, IGBC is rating 21 lakh homes, 2.1 million homes with about roughly around 3 billion square feet of residential footprint is coming under the IGBC residential rating. It's a phenomenal contribution that's come in this particular sector, and I'm very happy that the residential rating is, of course, around 30% of all our ratings together, but commercial and other things will come in a very large way. And all the important players, be it Credai or Narevco, they already have decided that all their new projects they will do. So that means the builders and developers are becoming increasingly responsible, but they find true value and business sense that by going green, all the leading developers of the country are therefore going in a very large way for the green building certification. Now, it's not only from the supply side, demand side also the pressure is coming into a very large way in this particular area. Narevco is also playing an important, that's National Real Estate Development Council. Credai is a Confederate Real Estate Developers Association of India. They are totally agreeing to the particular one, and that's an important development there. And as a result of that, roughly about 20 to 30% of energy saving, 30 to 40% of water saving, reduction of initial investment and government incentives, and attractive payback period, and quality of life being improved for the people on the high green cover, low heat island effect, and contribution to all the climate for sustainable development goal, ESG, and lower greenhouse gas emission, and also potential net zero. And these are all the things, both tangible and intangible, put together when you go for a green building rating of a very nature, which is contributing to the sustainable built environment in this particular sector. Very, very necessary. Built on the site measures, and Ramchandra said he gave us all agricultural land there, with a barren land of tract of land. How you convert that into the whole thing is in terms of not only the way in which you sensitively deal with it, particularly in the right green cover, the amount of trees and things to be planted, the heat island to be brought down. Somebody was discussing just before coming, difference between you come from a village and coming down to cities, the temperature goes over 2 to 3 degrees or 4 degrees is a heat island increase over. How you can bring it down to water bodies and green cover is an important message that water conservation is important on every drop. 3 times Saab talked of the rainwater harvesting. In a lot of his projects, people visiting, rainwater harvesting, aquifer recharging, and using the water conservation features, and more importantly, use the recycled water through primary, secondary, tertiary treatment, and recycled water reused back for not only flushing. You don't have the drinking water for using for flushing purposes, air conditioning, water, landscaping. So use every drop of it. Zero liquid discharge is a primary message that's coming in this particular thing on water conservation, and equally energy conservation into the design of building. Madam was talking about a building being done with all glass and no windows, which she did for NID in the last building over there. You can't do the window to wall ratio. How do you get the light inside but not the heat inside and glare inside? The design of building for energy conservation. You do an envelope design of a large nature to bring in conservation of energy into a very large way, therefore large number of initiatives come over there, including, for example, renewable energy of a large nature, and the government's decision to go for 550 gigawatt of energy of renewable. It's a phenomenal thing. We have achieved about 200 gigawatts already, but that's going. My own house, I'm very happy in Trivandrum, is a nice, reasonably middle-income house over there. But with just 5 kilowatt of energy, I generate about 30 kilowatt of energy every day. 30 kilowatt of energy every day. I need only about 5 kilowatt of energy, 4 to 5 kilowatt, and the remaining goes back to the grid. So the amount of impact that you can, I spent about 3 lakhs of rupees, and whatever I spent over there in less than about 1.5 years' time, that cost which I incurred over there has come. It was about 7,000 rupees. Energy bill was there, but it's now come down to as much as 200 rupees only for the service charge. So renewable energy is going a major one. Government of India has given a major shift for the renewable energy, and we're going to do that in a very large way. And equally important is conservation of material. How do you use all the right level of material, be it on at the level of waste management? Circularity was talked about not only by Madam but also Ramchandranji, and therefore that's an area which will work on, including construction demolition waste and material to be utilized, and other innovative materials coming in this particular sector. And that's why I told about 2 words of built environment going green, from green building to the green infrastructure at city level. We are going from the micro to the macro, and that's where the importance will come on impact we produce. And you already have started showing in your own campus in a very large way through the type of rating. Green townships are really emerging. Over 50, 60 towns. The new Amaravati project going over the new capital of Goa and Andhra Pradesh is already an IGBC Platinum one. Dolera, Gift City. There are so many. 6. I'm not even going into details of the particular one in a large way, both in public and private. Transit, all the railway IGBC mass. And we started the rating system for all the metros. And all the metros are under the green building rating over there. Based on what we have done, Singapore Metro, Hong Kong Metro, including the USGBC's rating metro started 5 years after we started the particular one. And the latest one is high-speed rail between Ahmedabad to Mumbai. Around 12 stations are going to come, called the National High Speed Corporation going to come, and there are separate ratings available to deal with each of these particular aspects, including all the major airports, Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, all are platinum, including Ahmedabad and Hyderabad, where you are going for your big project going to come next to the airport. You're going to do that. All of them are the rated projects on water and energy saving in large way. And of course, some other important is, of course, Cochin Metro PM himself is inaugurated that already. And of course, green materials is an important product over there, and that's going to be an important one of the Green Pro rating. Over substantial amount of things on functional aspect of the production of the green building materials that goes over there. What you put at the raw material to manufacturing, to waste management, to life cycle approach is given for the Green Pro rating. That's an eco labeling. You see the number of products of 8,250 products are already there, over 290 companies on green. So green procurement is a new buzzword. That the type of building material component that go into the particular projects has got to be an area which is not being sufficiently attracted the attention of architects or engineers. And this is an important where the global eco-labeling is there, or the Green Pro rating under the IGBC rating system, and that's important. So if you talk about building and the built environment, that will take us, which is broadly covered from the macro to the micro, and that comes the latest segment, which is called the net zero component there. Why? Because the climate change agenda and all the countries, 193 countries, are continuously discussing for the last 5-6 years what needs to be done to achieve the net zero. I told you about the goal. Each countries have decided to have achieving that. So net zero can come under the lowest level, net zero energy to be brought in. That's the first rating around 6 years back, where, like for example, the building that I told, where I don't require the grid energy, I give back the energy back. Net zero water, zero liquid discharge and recycling and use, and circular economy, the net zero waste will come, and the last one is net zero carbon. Let's take a minute each to deal with that each one of the buildings. Net zero projects are extremely good now, very, very popular. They're exclusive rating. You'll have to ensure, sir, all your projects become a net zero energy and net zero water. Ramjan sir, all your campus building, you got to ensure that particular thing, if not already. One is the rating of the building itself. There you achieve 30-40% efficiency, but you got to achieve at this level, where the type of projects which is, I just showed you number of projects which is coming in this particular level, which are already there, which is under the our own project in Hyderabad. You should visit this. Since your project is going to, you can go and see the IGBC headquarters building, very popular building. I'll show you one more slide later. It's all the and the solar panels are around the bifacial, both sides, from the top and bottom. You can have the energy being tapped over. The bifacial solar panels are the very important components coming in a lot. We give back to the grid every day so much of energy back to Telangana Electricity Board in a large way. Why go so much into being, you go to the Cochin International Airport, they get about 37 kilowatt of energy in this, I'm sorry, 7 megawatt of energy. They generate 59 megawatt of energy, and all the energy required for the airport project is not only net zero, it's a net positive energy project. You give back. So fantastic contribution that's coming. A large number of initiatives are there under the net zero rating in this particular one. And the next one is the net zero water. Very important is not only use integrated water management to deal with the particular, as I said, all the 4 segments of rainwater harvesting, aquifer recharging, wastewater recycling, reuse of the water in a very large way. And that's an important component there. You go to Singapore, not every drop of the wastewater, that is sewage and sludge is recycled. India has not done that. You through primary, secondary, and tertiary team, the recycled water is reused back for 100 purpose over there. We still have the mind block. How can you use bad water, the black water and grey water to use for various other purposes? But that's already coming. The dual piping system is already coming over there in a very large way. And that's where the net zero water or zero liquid discharge environment forest issue or the EAA clearance were there. Many are insisting on ZLD or the zero liquid discharge in a very large way. And I'm very happy that we got ourselves, Shobha, one of the finest developers. It is already net zero water rating, including all they even created a wonderful lake over there with all the apartments coming. Every drop is reused. Not one drop of water goes out, including the sewage and sewage being recycled and reused in a very large way. Excellent sewage treatment plant with the type of use on that. So very, very important on the net zero coming in this particular area. Waste is next another one, circular economy. Very difficult to achieve in the particular thing because it is at various levels, at the domestic level, in terms of a residential one, hospital waste coming over the electronic waste coming, construction demolition waste coming, etc. How do you use every tract of waste coming over there to be reused? So the mantra is waste to wealth, refuse to resource, trash to cash, or trash to treasure. So that's the whole idea. Every piece of the waste that you've generated by our consumption economy is utilized back so that you don't get one drop go to the sanitary landfill, which is there in every city, which burns out. It's already in Devanar, in Bombay. Here also in Azadpur, it starts burning when you put all the waste through sanitary landfill. So waste management is a very major component. And there are a lot of interesting examples of construction demolition waste, all the waste materials being recycled. Godrej has done a great job in Vikroli of using that for producing a large number of building material product. CPWD is also starting in some other area. New builders are also starting that for waste to the C&D waste. And this will bring us to the last. I'm extremely happy. So all this is just being talked about is happening. So very good. My good friend Dr. Raylan and his team has done in the Ascendas. Ascendas is an important Singapore company for their own IT park. It's not only a net zero, it's a IGBC platinum rating, net zero energy, net zero water, and net zero waste. Already they achieved all the 3 in 1 plus the platinum rating. They have now achieved net zero carbon. So because that reveals something more there. So that will bring us to the last component on the net zero carbon. Net zero carbon is being talked about. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand it is not as easy as net zero water or net zero energy or for that matter, net zero waste, because you have to deal with every track of it. You are dealing with all the 3 components there. It is not only the operational power. We are only talking operational energy, how to save on lighting, how to save on air conditioning, how to do on lift installation. Energy saving of passive and active design is all we are concentrating on. I save so much on energy. That's not enough. That's all in the building level. But most important, what about the building blocks that go into the type of cement that goes into steel that goes into it, glass that goes into aluminum that goes into it, all the building material, the interior materials that go into all of them are produce a lot of energy. So that's called the embodied energy of building material. Embodied energy. So when you say you want to achieve net zero, it is not enough that you do Adil. That would have been taken by the green building rating and the net zero other rating. But net zero carbon, you have to be embodied. How do you use less and less of consumption of steel and cement, aluminum, glass, which are extremely vulnerable to energy consumption to be brought down, is going to a major area. It's not easy to achieve. Therefore, even though the world over, they discuss this particular one, they are now coming to conclusion. Even the developed countries, they said, I cannot achieve net zero carbon. I'll have near zero I'll have low carbon I'll. So they think around 1,500 to 2,000 kilogram per square meter of all this carbon coming from the building there. I'll bring it down to maybe 1,000. I'll bring it down to 800. I'll bring it to 700. Europe is thinking of roughly 500 to 700 kg per meter square of carbon. So now a building plan approval to go in any universities, you got to give not only a building plan, I should give complete estimate of how much steel, how much cement, how much glass, how much aluminum, or how much of energy per carbon per square meter is going to go. That is going to be submitted at building plan stage. Can you believe it? An estimate already prepared with all details to the building plan approval level. Unimaginable in the Indian context to even think of that, isn't it, sir? Even the MEP fellow would not have in picture. Nobody would have prepared the whole design. All that we thought after the building and approval will go into. So that's the type of level to which things are changing in a very large way. And this is an area where large amount of new materials are emerging in this particular, I told you, green building to green built, and when net zero is a transformation area where a lot of things are, a lot of new materials are coming on that, blended cement, autoclave, concrete, ready-mix concrete, floor glass, how much amount of by the new type of product, how much the CO2 emission. Indian cement industry has done phenomenally large way. If what the manufacturing cost about 10 years back, 5 years back, and today you will find energy levels of cement production has come down substantially because they brought in large number of because at the production level. So we have to do this was a scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. Scope 3 is not on the higher level. You can deal at the building level scope 1 and scope 2, but not scope 3 level. But now the manufacturers are coming in this particular sector in a very large way, not only for steel, aluminum, glass, plastic, paper, organic waste. How can you bring down the green footprint? So you've got to understand every building product, what is going to be a green footprint coming on this particular segment in a large way. So when you say at the design level, we should do at the design and construction stage level. So I put the broad indications so you all understand. It's too short a time for me to explain all that. Even if you achieve about 700 kilogram of carbon dioxide square meter at the level, and maybe number of points for compliance about 40, but at the construction level 60, if you're able to achieve, that'll be good. It's not easy to achieve that. Every builder, developer, construction companies are all trying to building material manufacturers all working towards this area. And I'm very happy that things are happening. Just about 1 month back, the first net zero carbon building has come for Larsen & Toubro's own building over there called the L&T Technology Center, which is the first building to achieve net zero carbon in this country. Just by the way, you people should know how they have been already working in this particular sector. As against 700, they have been able to come down to a reduction of nearly 28% or 30% reduction. They are doing it roughly around 490 kg per square meter at the design level. So things are happening. So I was discussing with a good friend there that about how do you do the embodied energy component coming. He did say a figure of 24%, but that again is not a right figure because you deal with structural item, non-structural item, finishing item, and services. All your mechanical, electrical, plumbing, electrical, lift. We only talk about what goes in the building structure. Column, beam, slab, all that. But you have to deal also with MEP component, also lots of metal and energy ray component. So if you take all this put together, it will be of the order of 38 to 40% will be the embodied energy. So operational energy being 70, you said wonderful. Whereas embodied is only 24% you thought. But that's only taking one aspect of the particular thing. But really the op order 60-40. 60 operational, 40% will be embodied energy. So you're going to think in terms of how to bring down the embodied energy component in a very large way. Well, that's the way it is, and we are on a learning curve. They are working large number of projects and airport projects. The Jewar Airport going to come in a large way now across, and I'm very happy. Besides being platinum, all these features are being brought in, logistics and warehouse parks, hotels, power companies, hotels, hospitality sector, resorts, financial institutions, all are looking for that. They won't give money unless all these green components are going to be introduced in a very large way. So it's called a techno-legal regime and a techno-financing regime. A techno-financing is the piper will call the tune. So you'll ask, you want money? I'll give you, provided, have you put all these things as part of your project? Then I'll give money from the project. If the IFC or World Bank or any financial institution is going to ask you the question, it's called the techno-financing regime coming on sustainability element. So you better gear up to deal with that. If not today, tomorrow we'll answer that. Maybe in India 5 years or 10 years down the line, it will be more stricter. It's already happened. The whole European system, the British system, Canadian and the US system. To some extent, Japan also has started getting it. Australia is also caught up in this particular area in large way. So what can you do on that? It's 2070 is long. It's about 45 years from now. So what do we do today? So we have something immediate term. What can we do now? What can we do short term by 2030? Why? Because it's also sustainable development goal by 2030 will be over by that time, 5 more years now. What can get by medium term by 2050 and what can be 2070? So we got to graduate ourselves in each of the segment on working on the water segment, on the energy segment, on the building material segment, waste management segment, slowly start introducing that particular one, interiors, ma'am, each one of those things, how we'll add the so over a period of time, green would make sound business and environment sense, and we can work on this particular. This is a building I was talking about, beautiful building, which is our net zero carbon building, also net zero water, and we are happy that India 2070 we can achieve that particular one. And we can do in civil construction, energy management, auditing, very important. Building management system is going to be very, very important because it is not the construction of the building. How do you run that in terms of efficiency? You have a good asset and facility management company there to deal with that. Can you continually monitor? You have like the CAM scan being done on 24/7 based on energy, water, waste to be done. A good building worth its name will have all this information of energy simulation, lighting simulation, interior designing and landscaping, MEP by electrical, mechanical and plumbing team, home automation, IoT, Internet of Things, wastewater solutions and operation maintenance. So all these areas are the one which are going to work on in a very large way. So it's just going from the green building to the green built environment to the latest component which I just now talked in a very large. And I'm sure it can happen. And we want to do that. We've got a lot of green professionals. That's where I want to leave a message here. So each one of the RICS graduate going to come here, students sitting over there, all the architects and civil engineers coming from the Amity, other schools coming over there. All of you should become the green professional. Do you know that the USGBC has got they got the lead rating? How many accredited professionals are there? Would somebody like to make a guess? Ma'am, would you like to make a guess? Tinisaji, would you like to make a guess? How many professionals are there in US? Just make a professional. 1 lakh. Good, very good. So good guess. 2,84,000. Every architect and every engineer, civil, mechanical, electric, has got to be a lead AP if they got to be working in US under that. Because of that, you can't even practice that. So that's the way. And we are just around 10,000 IGBC accredited professionals, including us plus Graha rating all together. So we require 1 lakh trained green building professionals. So every architect and engineer and the RICS people coming out of it, they should all become an IGBC accredited professional. So therefore, what I suggest, along with your degree, when you come out of the college there, you also become an IGBC accredited professional associate, since you're a student at graduate level or at a postgraduate level, that by the time you get into service, you're already industry ready to deal with that. Because the industry wants only such professionals who will know this longer. It was not asked till recently, but that's the way things are all about going over there. That's the type of accredited professional associates coming over there, and very easy to achieve that particular one. We, as I said, we have large number of, it's an online exam, and every 15 days exam is going, not very difficult. We can have special programs to be done with the RICS School of Built Environment, your architecture schools, engineering colleges. How do you make each one of your youngsters to become also a green building accredited professional? Absolutely essential. I ask any leading companies there, so Tata is fantastic, Ecoforce, they are doing, all their people are accredited professionals. So they are very important. That means they understand all these aspects on water management, energy management, waste management, all the issues that we just now discussed. They are fully qualified. They are basic civil engineers or architects or MEP people, but you get in the additional dimension of the green built environment issue on sustainable development in large way. So sustainable development is added to as an icing on the cake to add along with the basic qualification for you to deal with the profession. If you do all this particular thing, we are going to lead to building the nation in a large way. Each one of you joining the big movement with efficiency on all the not only the natural and other resources to be done, economy and also productivity, least amount of wastage. And I think it's all going to happen. I'm very happy that Rick School of Built Environment has organized this wonderful program. Congratulations, Vinita and the team, and to Vice Chancellor and to Vice President, Senior Vice President Ramchandraji for the leadership given in your institute, and to Rick's for giving a big lead for this particular one. And there's a right way. You've got to increase awareness to be created. That lead to a lot of appreciation. And that all the awareness, appreciation will bring to a lot of application coming. It start happening in all the design offices, in the construction phases, in the completion, occupation, and most importantly at the operation level of the phase. As somebody said, is a cradle to grave or womb to tomb approach of trying to deal with building from the starting to the end of 70, 100-year life cycle. How do you deal that? And are you destined to deal with that? Are your professionals geared up to deal with that? The answer can be yes or no, but you got to make it towards yes as far as possible. Thank you very much.
Guys, this clapping should be a little more. It was amazing. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful insight. Completely amazing. Thank you so much. Now, moving forward, we now have the privilege from hearing from our guest of honor, Dr. Namrata Kalsi ma'am. She is a distinguished government official renowned for her expertise in metro rail, urban planning, transit-oriented development, and real estate ecosystem. She holds an esteemed position of Chief Architect at Haryana Mass Rapid Transport Corporation Limited, following significant roles as Additional GM Architect at Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, Chief Architect at New Delhi Municipal Corporation. Ma'am earned her PhD in Regional Master Planning, focused on Greater Mohali area. She also boasts significant experience in real estate and property development, excelling in building sanction, construction regulations, architectural control for showrooms, hospitals, and land parcels. Ma'am extended into the industrial sector where she championed green industry initiatives through trade fair, public awareness campaigns, and identification of substantial industrial land parcels, all contribution to sustainable developmental goals, which we are going to be talking about today, throughout the day. So we welcome ma'am, and this session is going to be online, virtual. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us.
I will just be sharing my presentation. Just give me a minute. Huh?
Sure, ma'am.
Is that visible now?
Not yet, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it's visible now.
इसको full screen हो जाएगा? Yeah.
Ma'am, it's visible now.
Okay. ठीक है. So I have been attached with this seminar right from the morning, and it was very, honoring to hear the wonderful words by Dr. Vanita Huja, U. Ramachandra ji, who is the SPB Education Group, and Mr. V. Suresh. So Mr. V. Suresh presentation always gives us more knowledge about the green, and we feel totally blessed. So today I'm going to speak about the Metro Green Rating, IGBC Platinum. But let's come to the beginning of the thing, somewhere around 2014, when I was working in Delhi Metro, and Mr. V. Suresh and Prem C. Jain got together, and we had put our thought on the drawing board for creating and the objective of Delhi Metro, that what they are looking for in green metro. both for new and for making old metro also sustainable. So the vision that was thought about at that point of time was creating sustainable infrastructure, mitigating global warming, reducing operation cost, conserving natural resources, enhancement of comfort and health for operational staff as well as passengers, increasing occupants' productivity, and mandate for environment. So this thing was about 10 years back, and when we started designing metro for the first time in government of Haryana, I'll just go to the next slide. So this was the paper in which we did the thinking. So you will see that we reanalyzed IGBC rating, and we find that it is a rating with which we must. But still, in the 10 years, there are a lot of things which could have been added. So so the vision which we were trying to bring for this metro was that we must stick to IGBC rating. At the same time, we must also give respect to the traditional pillars of sustainability, that is social, environmental, and economic. Then the civil construction, architecture, last mile connectivity, water, and energy is already there in the system. But some of the things which we wanted to add were like the empowerment, gender empowerment, the advantage coming from transit oriented development, the user experience, and what we can do with, if we add some particular feature in the rolling stock and O&M. Some of these works are still going on. We have done the enlistment, and the body of work is very large, but I will only touch about the main points, beginning with the original concept, then slowly migrating towards what we are thinking in GMRL, Gurugram Metro today. So this was the original thought in the Delhi Metro, that we have to go for platinum rating. And in our tenders also, we have written IGBC platinum rating is the minimum that is to be achieved by the project. So this rating has a marking. So the first marking that comes from site selection, where there are credit points for underground and elevated. So since our project is entirely elevated, we are looking for 29 marks at this point of time. Thereafter, there are other elements of site environment which we are incorporating in our civil tender, like barricading, washing, traffic diversion, traffic marshal, topsoil preservation, dumping of excavated material at designated areas, environment monitoring, tree plantation, use of lighting, noise barrier, segregation of waste, recycle and reuse, as it was explained very clearly by Honorable V. Suresh. Then there are other, like DMRC, GMRL is also having SHE document, that is in which we look at the health and the protective environment that we have to give to the labor. So personal protective equipment, first aid, emergency sanitation facilities, adequate drinking water, and compliance of construction workers, ACT, as applicable. So these are some of the pictures how labor is allowed inside if they are wearing protective gear, and there is dust suppressant and safe food construction for the construction workers. Another important aspect which the government of India is giving to the multi-model integration. In fact, in the last UMI seminar, this was the major point on which the MOUD has focused, and which is basically giving last mile connectivity and seamless transitions, special allocation for paratransit, public transport user, improve walkability, and easy access, drop off and take off zones, and motorcycle parking. Then we also have encouraging use of alternative fuels, feeder buses on CNG, provision of electric and hybrid vehicle drop-off zones. So you see, these are all the objectives which we have thought of at the beginning of the project. But unless these objects are integrated with the tender documents, it is difficult to achieve what your objective is layout. And you may have targeted platinum rating, but there may not be adequate number of people who understand that what are the features that have to be built. So I thoroughly agree with the Mr. V. Suresh idea that we need to really educate people into this direction if we want to make our environment better. So these are some of the features which everybody must be knowing, because many of you use uh, metro for coming and going from your spaces where you live and where you work for study. Then this education is not only of the students but also of the labor and the people working at the site, because in case the entire ecosystem is not sensitized to the environmental requirement of the country or of the globe, then it is very difficult to achieve these targets. Then we have water efficiency. This was brought up very clearly by Mr. V. Suresh, so I'll just give it a go. But maybe I just want to emphasize that these are all a part of accepted parts of the metro design. So similarly, there are a lot of features in the electrical and the mechanical part also, like heating, ventilation, elevator, escalators, pumps, on-site renewable energy resources, for which you will have a look in when you are doing the electrical tender. Not to mention the solar panel, and sometime a major operation cost is reduced in case we are able to give a large area of a large area on the roof for solar panels. And then monitoring also has a lot of value, because then if there is some problem someplace, if it is being properly monitored, then you can just adjust your instruments and all to put it right. Similarly, LED lighting and partial lighting of the station is also important point, and lift and escalator with VVVF technology. Similarly, energy management at the escalators. You see, there was one slide which I saw that unless the industry raises up to the equation and provide us the equipment and the materials which are required to get the green rating, it is very difficult to maintain your objective. And I am very thankful to the industry that they have really come up with the number of products which are favorable to achieve the green rating and making the country a better place. Then there is material conservation, use of local material. This you must be knowing. Waste material I have already covered, and how to make the indoor environment better. So these are all the accepted components of green rating which have been there for the past 10 years. But now I would like to just bring out that how we have moved on from this rating to give extra points, which we are not expecting to get rated. It will be still a part of our design. So I'm just opening the second presentation now, part B. Just give me a minute, please. So this will be most interesting because it will be maybe something new. I think I'm having some problem. Okay. Is the presentation visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So I'm just making it full screen. So some of the points you will also find in the other rating, but this is a very conscious decision that which was discussed at different levels in government of Haryana and government of India, and we had decided or anticipated that some of the features which we want to keep, which will add to the sustainability in the terms of USP, that is unique selling proposition of this time. because the idea was that now there are number of metros in number of cities and number of lines, but what unique you are doing for this city was what we all sort of were trying to bring the vision. So first was the walkability. I will not go into the feature because I've already taken a lot of time. Maybe at some other point of time we will do it. Then second is sustainability. This I will touch a little more deeper. What is our interpretation of sustainability? Then third is the multi-modal integration. Fourth is climate resilience. So on this project, we were lucky to have a support of a World Bank, who had absolutely made available the best professionals in the industry to help us bring out this vision. But the climate resilience part I will not be discussing today. Then this is the point which we will go into detail. The public places, blue green, then gender USP, then environment and social, and barrier free and Divyanjan friendly. So first and last mile connectivity, and 10th is user experience. So only one which I'll be touching is the blue and green part, because I've already taken a lot of time. So restore and augment identified natural features linked to the existing water bodies and creeks, drain to create blue-green system wherever possible, design these blue-green spaces to manage stormwater sustainability, and has access to the adjoining development to these parks to enhance ridership, increasing green to mitigate urban heat island. So the line is more than a mean of access. A green metro setting high standard for sustainability from Gurugram. Metro promotes green energy and sustainable management of water within a corridor that is energy focused and climatically suitable. So this is the alignment which is starting from Millennium City Center to Cyber City, and every station has been given a different color because that is how we are concepting the station. Like they will not all be same. Although a financial point of view, we have to keep lot of standardization, but still there will be some difference depending on the location of the station. Basically on the land use like industrial, residential, or commercial. So this is the table which we have made, where we have typical stations, special stations, typical special stations, typical special stations with potential for entry exit, and to be decided once there's another line which is coming up, which is not visible at the top, is decided. So there was a concept that was developed for making the approach, how to make it comfortable so that the ridership is achieved. Then there is our station at Cyber Park, which is got the Unitech Cyber Park. But beyond this, there is a pond which is like over a period of time has become dead, and there is a proposed shopping center over here. So this station, see, the entire work of the city cannot be developed by only metro because they have limited resources and limited powers. So we will be onboarding GMDA and MCG to come together with us and integrate our ridership with the green features available on the township. Then we have a second place which is called a Badshapur drain, which is dead at this point of time, which we want to revive and integrate the entire ecosystem with our metro line. Thereafter, there is a Hero Honda Chowk, which will be an interchange between RRTS and regional metro and our metros, which we want to do it in a very nice manner. Similarly, there is Basai Pound, which is ecologically very sensitive and is a registered water body, will also be given a special treatment. So these are some of the treatments. I'm not getting into that. Will be a part of detail. Similarly, there is PSI hospital, which we also want to integrate with our metro line to give easy access to the labor to reach the PSI hospital. And beyond that, there is green belt of accessibility, which we want to develop. Similarly, there's a Bal Bhavan, which will be integrated, and a district Ayurveda clinic, which has got green area. Then we have some green area at Ashok Vihar. and at Palam Vihar metro station, there is Angla Chowk, and the district center as per sector plan, which is already existing, will also be integrated. See, they at this point of time there are gaps there, so we intend to fill the gap in consonance with the other public authorities in group. And Condor Tech is still under consideration, and Udyog Vihar Phase 1. So that's it, our thoughts. And as and when the project develops further, we'll be adding more and more to make it very different from metro projects in other cities. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful presentation.
So I just want to take a leave because the meeting is ongoing. I have to join that. Otherwise, I would have loved to stay through.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. We would surely connect again.
Right. Thank you.
Right. So with this, we proceed to the release of very important event of our conference, the release of Book of Abstracts. So the research and findings presented at the third international conference, Sustainable Built Environment Leading to Viksit Bharat 2025, has been documented and shared, will be shared with the wider academic professional community. It is with great pleasure that we will be unveiling the Book of Abstracts now. I would like Mr. V. Suresh sir to please do the honors. Yes, sir. Just press next slide.
Next slide. Yes. Next slide.
There you are.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
so much.
Thank you so much. Okay. Before we proceed to the high tea, I would like our platinum sponsor, Mr. Ritesh Sachdeva sir, to present a token of appreciation to our esteemed chief guests and other dignitaries from the Tata Realty, Intelligent Office by Tata Realty. We welcome you, Ritesh sir. A photograph, please.
Guys, a big round of applause should keep on going.
So now we break for a quick round of tea, and we would like, as we are having a little delay, so we would like everyone to join us back in 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone. You may come back after 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
So there are two sets. One is for our dignitaries and guests, and the other set is for the schools, RSB students. So please see on the notices and kindly proceed for a high tea.
So we have a panel discussion, and there's dignitaries from various industry professionals. So we will be having the panel discussion after high tea.
No problem. Thank you very much. You people did well. Lucky. Good, good. I know. I wanted to put your names by mistake. Thank you, Ricky. You are Ricky. Ricky. Not Ricky.
Recording stopped.
And you, Tapir. Tadbis. What is meaning Tadbis?
The person who shows you right path.
Ah,
So Anjum means star.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I have done a large number of Tadbis.
I used to tell everyone that it's full star. The person who took the star was
Good, wonderful, wonderful. Keep going.
रख दिए सर Madhumira, Divya, please squat sir out. Squat to feet. Saundarya, please squat sir to feet.